welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea and today I'm going to be talking about my foundation, my favorite foundation. So before my wedding, I went to Ulta to try to find a new foundation because the foundation that I had at the time didn't last all day. I didn't think it was super great coverage and I just didn't love it. But I was spending like $35, $40 on it, so I wanted something a little bit cheaper. Well, when I got there and I told the girl what I wanted, she pulled out this foundation. It is Estee Lauder's Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. And I will say that it definitely does stay in place all day long. I've never had a foundation stay as well as this one does, which is really, really great. It comes in packaging like this. I would assume that this is glass. I guess sounds glass to me. With this cute little gold top, but it's just like this big old hole, and so it was recommended that I get the pump. It's an extra $10, but I would say it's definitely worth it because it helps control how much product you are getting out and will ultimately save you money if you're not wasting any. So I would say go ahead and get this because you can use it for every bottle that you purchase. I'm not going to stick it in right now because I'm actually very low, and so I have to get it out a wonky way. This foundation is very lightweight. It is very nice coverage. I would say it's medium to full. I actually didn't put it on today so that I could show you how it covers like all these little situations because it covers it really well, and I don't use concealer ever because I'm lazy and I don't really like to use it. When I was looking at Estee Lauder's site about what it says about this foundation, it has the following claims that I'm going to read to you because I haven't memorized them, obviously. It says it's the #1 foundation in the US, and if it were up to me, it would be because it is really great. It's $43 though, which I don't love, but I just bite the bullet every time I have to buy it. I actually ask for it for Christmas typically, and then I have to buy it like one time throughout the year. But it lasts me about 6 months, I would say, and I wear it basically every day. There are over 55 shades, and something that I saw online that I thought was really cool was that if you're like scrolling through the colors and you know your undertones, I am not that kind of person that knows like my skin undertone. I don't know, I just go have somebody match me. But it tells you the description of undertone. So like if you know your undertone and you know like about your skin tone possibly a little bit, it is helpful. So you could like order it online to try it first. I have dry skin, and so I guess I can't really attest to this next part, but it says that it's oil-free and oil controlling, which is great because then it's good for oily skin and my skin, which is dry. It says it's transfer resistant, which I would agree with. I don't ever have it like on my clothes or anything. It is waterproof, and I agree. It literally does not come off until I wash it off at the end of the night with like my face halo that I have talked about in the past. It's dermatologist tested, and it's fragrance free, which means a lot to me because I had a foundation once that smelled like lemons, and that's not bad obviously, but also like not super great. It was not my favorite. So overall, I'd say this has a lot of great qualities. I am very pale all the time, no matter what the season is. I don't really know my undertones. I was gonna guess, and I'm just gonna sound silly, so I'm not going to, but my color that I use is 1W2 Sand. There are so many, and the reason, or like the way that I found this was that I just went into Ulta and asked somebody to find me a foundation. And so when they got this, they just tried a couple different ones, and this ended up being a good one. I use a brush to put it on. I know that you could use like a sponge, your hands if you wanted to, but I use this brush. It looks kind of yucky right now, and it lost its numbering, but I'm pretty sure it is the It Cosmetics for Ulta, specifically for Ulta, Airbrush Blurring Powder Brush, number 126. And the lady there swore by it for like applying any type of foundation, even if I wanted to set it, which I don't typically set it, but she said I could use it for that. I could use it for all kinds of things. And so I like using this little brush. This is what it looks like. Haven't washed it in a minute, but that's okay. Pro tip for applying this foundation. It dries really fast. So I would suggest applying it in sections, like put on your forehead and then blend it in, and then put it on wherever else and blend it in. If you try to put it all on and then blend it, there's potential that it can dry. And when it dries, it is dried. You can't really work with it after that. There was one time that my sister was doing my eyeshadow, and it looked like I had legitimate zebra stripes in my eyeshadow, and we couldn't figure out why. Like, how weird. You can't really control that. But then we realized after a couple times of that happening that my foundation was drying, and I must have been like squinting when I was putting it on, and so it creates wrinkles, which then my foundation just dried like that. And so the eyeshadow did not apply evenly, and it wasn't cute. You can't leave your eyeshadow looking like that, or any part of your makeup. So I would highly recommend putting it on in sections. I have a mirror right next to me, and so I'm going to start putting on the foundation. When there is enough in the bottle, I use the pump, and I just squirt a little bit right onto my brush and then blend it in. Today I'm gonna be a little bit gross, wonky, like I said. Don't judge me. If you do, I don't really care. But I just have a different brush, an eyeshadow brush probably, that I don't really use, and I'm going to dip it in and, I don't know, do it like that in order to put it on. And I just kind of like rub my brush in circles. This foundation, I forgot to mention, is also very buildable. So if you don't think it's light enough, dark enough, then just keep rubbing it on. See how I squint? And then you can already tell how it's like going on me like that. No good. So I have to remember to I just kind of like rub it out, because I don't really know how else to solve this problem. It's really gross. You can tell me in the comments below. I learned it from somewhere. So someone else is gross with me. Sitting directly in the sunlight today, which is helping me see that I must miss a lot of spots typically. Okay, there you have it. Not perfect. Obviously you can still see that, but I would still say that it covers it well. I'm not going to cover it with anything else. I swear that this is the only foundation that I've ever had that stays on all day long. Highly, highly recommend biting the bullet, spending $45. Maybe that's nothing to you, but I think it's a little pricey. I don't like spending that much on my hair or my makeup, but I would say that it is definitely worth it. Again, this is $43, lightweight, super great coverage, and it comes in 55 different shades. I can give you a link down below to Ulta. I know you can buy it at Ulta, Estee Lauder's website. There's Macy's, I'm pretty sure you can buy it at. There are lots and lots of different places. Highly recommend. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and thanks so much for watching.